Good morning. Do you know who Hattie Caraway is? Well, if you don't, you're about to find out on this edition of 10 with Tom. It's good to see everybody this morning, and today we are talking about Hattie Caraway. Hattie Caraway is famous because she became the first woman elected to the United States Senate back in 1932. And so we're going to hear a little bit about her story today. Born in Tennessee, Hattie Wyatt attended Dixon Normal College. Now you go, what's a normal college? It's like a college that isn't strange, maybe? I don't know. But no, actually a normal college, a normal school, was where teachers were trained. So a lot of what we see across the country as state colleges or state universities, many of them began as teacher training schools, and so they were called normal schools. So you might have had people who went to the Indiana Normal School or the Illinois Normal School, and then they changed their names later on as normal took on different ideas of what it was and so on. As we change our language and our language evolves, those things change. But she attended Dixon Normal College, which was a normal choice for her because Hattie wanted to be a teacher. And while she was there at Dixon Normal College, she met and married a fellow student, a gentleman by the name of Thaddeus Horatio Caraway. Now, the young couple moved to Arkansas. Her husband, Thaddeus, well, it's tough for me to say, but her husband was a practicing lawyer. And so while he practiced law, Hattie cared for the family farm. They grew cotton on their farm in Arkansas, and she raised 3 children. Now, Thaddeus was elected to Congress in 1912, but at that time, Hattie wasn't able to vote for her husband in his run for Congress. Reason being, women still didn't have the right to vote in 1912 when he ran. They didn't win that right to vote until the year 1920. Thaddeus was elected to the Senate, but then he died unexpectedly during his term in 1932. Now, the Arkansas governor did something that was kind of standard practice back then. He appointed Hattie to her husband's seat. So often when a senator would die, the governor would appoint their widow to take their place for the remainder of the term. Now, once she was appointed, she would serve until they could have a special election. Well, as it turned out, her special election took place on January the 12th, 1932. And Hattie won over 90% of the vote, making her the first elected woman senator in the history of the United States. Now, although Hattie maintained a housewife image in the Senate and wasn't known for making speeches on the floor, in fact, she earned the nickname Silent Hattie, she learned a lot from her husband's years in public service. And she took her legislative responsibilities very, very seriously and built a reputation for integrity. So much so that Hattie became the first woman to chair a committee in the Senate of the United States. Now, centuries before Hattie Caraway lived, God had appointed a woman to represent him before the people. Deborah was the 4th and the only female judge that God had appointed. All of Israel fell under her jurisdiction, and from underneath a palm tree, Deborah would dispense wisdom and justice to the people. In addition, she was a prophetess, an advocate for her people, and a fierce warrior who helped her people successfully defeat a much stronger enemy. Deborah, like Hattie, took her responsibilities very, very seriously, and she ruled with integrity. Now, when we have an opportunity to lead others, and many of you do, you can learn from both Hattie and Deborah. As they did, it's important that we as leaders take our responsibilities seriously. and that we exercise our leadership with integrity and courage. Now, obviously, the people of Arkansas found Hattie to be a leader of integrity and courage, because not only did they elect her in the election of 1932, but she also completed 2 full terms. So she actually won 3 elections, spent 14 years as a United States Senator, and made the history books, even though you may not have heard of her. So all of this reminds us of the verse from Proverbs chapter 20, it's verse 7, that says this: "A righteous person acts with integrity, and his children who come after him will be happy." Acting with integrity. You know, as Will talked about on Sunday night, it's important that we not just talk, but that we do, that we live out our faith. We don't just say our faith, we live it. And so that's living with integrity. If you're going to be a follower of God, we need to live that way. And so learn those lessons from integrity, and they'll take you a long way in life. Who knows, maybe even to the United States Senate. Also, another trivia fact for January the 12th, it was on January 12th, 1966, that Batman was introduced on television. The series that went on for several years that brought Batman to television began in 1966, and I remember those episodes and how much fun they were to watch. Everything was a 2-parter. Batman would get in trouble, and then Batman would find his way out of trouble. So a lot of fun for me as a kid. But that also happened on January 12th, so a big day. So hope you learned something from that today. Hope you've learned some new facts. And we're going to take a couple of minutes and let you know that there's some exciting things going on with the Village Youth. Our youth leadership team met on Sunday and had some great discussions. And we talked about some things that are going on and will be happening soon. And so one of those things that I want to tell you about is we are getting ready to do a mission trip. It's been about 4 years since we've gone on a mission trip. And so this year we're planning on partnering with group mission trips who we've worked with in the past and who Will served with. And we are planning on going to Charleston, South Carolina in July. We're still working on the exact dates because we're waiting on some VBS dates. But when we do that, we'll fill in those dates. We already have students that are committed to going, and we hope you'll think and pray about it. The cost for the trip is going to be $400. It'll be a leave on Sunday morning, come back on Saturday night trip, and that $400 will cover your camp expenses, your travel expenses, all of your meals, activities. It'll all be inclusive. And so we want to get started so you have time to raise the funds that you need or save the money that you need. And we'll be doing some things together to help offset some of that cost. But we're looking forward to a great time serving God together in Charleston, South Carolina. You'll be learning a lot more about that. Also, one of the things that we talked about was how we miss having meals together. And we miss that time before youth group that we would gather around the table, around food, and talk and catch up about the things that are going on in the week. If you're not aware, we have replaced those during COVID by going after youth group over to Willie Jules. When we first started, it was a few senior highs going, but now pretty much everybody coming on Sunday night is making their way over there. They've put together a really nice package for us with some wonderful discounts. And on Sunday night, we had 38 people over there, just having a good time, visiting around the table. Then we play cahoots together, have a lot of fun with that. And so if you haven't experienced that, we encourage you to do that Sunday night after youth group. One other thing, another place that we like to gather around a meal is our Monday lunch bunch, and that hasn't happened since last winter. And so this coming Monday, Martin Luther King Day, January the 18th, we are headed back to a Monday lunch bunch, and it's going to be at a new location. We're going to Culver's. There are 2 Culver's opening in St. Johns County. Both are opening on Monday, and so we'll meet at 12 o'clock and decide which one we're going to go to. We'll check out their ice cream flavors for the day, or their custard flavors for the day, for that's what they're known for, and we'll make a decision and head off. And so we hope you can join us for that. So busy week. We've got Refresh tomorrow night, and we hope to see you there. If not, we'll see you this weekend. Confirmation, it's not too late to get involved in that. The classes begin this Sunday at 11 o'clock. And so a lot going on, and we hope to see you real soon. So have a wonderful day, a great week, and we'll see you next Tuesday on 10 with Tom.